You guys hear me? It's kind of hard. I don't have the proper stuff, but it's up by a spider. So I'm gonna be changing some header gaskets today on the passenger side. I was leaking quite a while ago, but I just ran it anyway. But it's getting pretty bad, so it's time to change it. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do a first live, just kind of see what I see, because I make a lot of mistakes and I try to edit them all out. And it's really hard for me to do stuff live because of all the mistakes I make. So we're gonna get started. So first thing we're gonna do is I gotta pull off all the spark plugs and spark plug wires, and then that'll give me just enough room that I can pull the header back and clean off all the old gasket. Hopefully, because I don't want to take the whole tube off because everything is so tight in here. It takes me forever to do it. So we're just going to jump right in. All right, and what's really tricky on this one is to try to get the bolts out. It's a pain in the ass because the way the headers are set up, everything is in the way. So some of this I got to use a wrench, and some of this I can just use my little fancy gizmo I got here. Just gonna when I get the easy ones out, and then just loosen the other ones, and then I'll pull the plug wires out, or the spark plugs out, because I don't want to break them off, and I got new ones for it anyway. But like the back one I can't get on because the inner fender's in the way. This one I can't get on because the header tube is in the way, and then the same with the back, which is a pain in the ass because you have to put the bolts in before you start it, and if you start one too far, you got to back them all the way back out. And it's a real struggle. And then if you use these headers, the only way you can really get these plugs out, and everyone has a problem with them, is you buy one of these. My brother bought me a long time ago. It's a pass-through ratchet set. And this is the only thing that really gets these spark plugs out, because it's hard to get a wrench in there, and it's hard to get just a regular socket in there because you have no room to come in from the backside. And number 7 is the worst because it's a lot tighter. So you have to put the socket on first and then the ratchet. And then I put the header wrap on there. And I know iSpider's watching, and it makes the tolerance way too much. So it's even more of a struggle. So if you need one, go get one because this is the only thing I use this for. Plugs aren't too bad. We're going to put new ones in it anyway. And then these other two, I just use the other long extension. They're pretty wide open. Yeah, I don't really like the headers either, but at least your truck came from the factory with the motor, so you got a little bit of room. This one I kind of built around the motor. Which, if I knew what I was doing back in the day, I could have made stuff nicer, but being inexperienced, it's what you get. All right, so we got those off. And yeah, come in here with a wrench. And the light's not very good on my end because, man, you're off grid. I only have one light right now running. So eventually when we get more power, it'll be a little bit better. Disappearing sockets are always good. Yeah, it's hot in here today, I tell you. Like the longest set of feather bolts I've ever had in my life. One more. Shut my ass off, man. The humidity's kicking my ass. It's like 75 here, but I don't have the door open in the garage because the concrete's a lot cooler, but it feels like it's 100. It's only 80. All right, we got that. Let's see what the damage is. You know, it don't look too bad actually. I can see where it was leaking. That was kind of my. I assumed it was a header gasket because I run shorties on this one, and you can't really see the backside, and I've never changed them. So I checked to see if these were tight, and they were loose. So that was why I was assuming it was the header gasket, because I didn't tighten them up last time I put it together. And I tightened them, and then after you run it, you should tighten them up a little bit. Well, I forgot to. I was in a hurry. And that's where it gets you every time. Oh, go ahead and I'm hoping this comes off easy because this is all the room I have, and it's going to be really hard to get anything to clean it. I guess. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing anyway, but. Try to get this off in one piece if we can. These aren't very old, so I'm hoping it comes off. I'd like to use the copper ones at some point because they say they're reusable. These say they're reusable too, but I just don't trust it. You can kind of see where it was leaking a little bit. I don't know how clear that is, but leaking just a little bit. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and change them anyway. Got a little bit of strider on this side. Like stuff like that always gets me. There's just a little bit of an indentation right there sticking out. That smooth. One more right there. And eventually, if I ever pull it back off, I want to hit it with a straight edge because I don't think that this header or that header is completely straight because I always have a hard time getting them on. Looks good. Yeah. See anything on see any carbon at all. There too. I don't see a black spot. There's some of that flame off. Okay, so I'm only changing one side. Make sure this looks good. Always check your gasket first. So these ones are, you just start your front and back one, and then you can put your bolts in there. But I always have a hard time trying to move the header because of the weight pulling down on it. So it always takes me a little bit to get these started. But since we're good there, we can throw a couple bolts back in it. Make sure you always anti-seize any steel bolts you're going to be putting in the aluminum. If you don't ever want to take it apart again, you don't have to anti-seize them because they ain't going to come out. But if you ever plan on pulling it back apart, make sure you anti-seize them. Especially when it's a $9,000 motor. Don't tell my wife. Oh, I'm going to be careful because this exhaust wrap is stiffened up quite a bit and I don't want to crack it any more than I have to. Okay, so and get this one started. Just gotta make sure it's started enough. Same way we didn't anti-seize this one. Don't think that one was. Oh yeah. All right, got that one started a little bit. Now, we're gonna put our gasket in there. Make sure it's fully seated. Okay. I throw our other bolts in there. And if I don't throw those in now, when I start to pull that, you start to pull the header in, you won't have enough room to slip the bolt inside. So then I got to back everything off. And especially with the header wrap that I put on there, it also limits that area as well. just the back fender. Oh. Well, sometimes I wish this thing was a little bit lower to the ground. Started. This is the one that I always have problems on. So it's a pain to put the thing on there, and it's a pain to get it off. Did you get any work done on your car today at all? I would definitely get your header now, because I don't know about you, but about August time here, the humidity gets way up there and everything starts sticking twice as bad. And it makes you feel like those spring days when everything was 40 degrees outside and you thought it was too cold, but it looks way better than it does now. But I understand you guys get a lot of sun too, so I don't have that luxury of doing stuff in the morning because I'm always at work. Did you get your AC fixed too? What's up, 6%? How are you doing today? How is it on your side of the state? We are my knees, big tater, jeez. My knees are hurting, buddy. Been crawling along, all around, and I've been on my knees. So I'll be bitching about it tomorrow at work. Just so you guys know, I work with Big Tater. He's a nice guy. He's the one I always hound on to. Did you check this video out? What'd you think of this video? And then he'll just be straightforward with you. So, all right, we got this is bag bolt tighten up, and then throw a spark plug back in her. We'll check these one more time. Okay, check the back one, and then we can check the water tube. I don't torque these at all either. I just tighten them up. They're gonna come loose here in a little bit anyway. We'll fire it up and then get them cinched back down. Okay, so that part's over. So now we just got to throw some spark plugs in it. So, I'm just running champion plugs in this. And in case you guys missed it, when you're doing the aluminum heads or anything aluminum, make sure you put NICs on them. Unless you don't ever want to tear it apart again, because it's not going to come out unless you got NICs on them. And then I got my fancy pass-through wrench here because it's the only thing that I can get these spark plugs out of 7/8 with. It's also a pain to get them in there with your hands to start it first. Usually this is the one I always drop on the ground about 3 times before I can get it. There we go. Takes forever to thread them things in there too. We're gapping these about 45. They actually come out of the box at 45, but I haven't worried about changing it because I haven't had any that's fouled, or I haven't changed it because of MSD or anything. I just run it. I haven't changed plugs because I don't have any of that foul. I don't have any of that look weird, so I just keep running what I got with the crate engine. It seems to work out, and it's a lot nicer running these than the Mixel shorties that I always ran, because the Mixel shorties always fouled out really quick. Mostly it was because my carb was set for the wrong motor pretty much, but it's been doing good on this one. So come on. Hey, if you're still watching 6%, is the M1 place you're talking about, is that the auto course place? Or the, I can't think of what you call it. It's like a track meet or something like that, or indoor course. I've heard of it, but I haven't looked it up yet. Spend half the time looking for the tool I just had, right? Oh, fuck. Okay, and I got this one here that's always a pain in the ass. Oh, I got you. I wanted to go to that Woodward Dream Cruise this year, but timing's not right and just can't afford to do it right now. But I like to just go out and spectate. Maybe next year. Okay. Buy one. It's worth it. Now we gotta hope that I didn't mix up any of my plug wires. That's the other thing I hate about this engine is having the S10 headers on here. I have to run my plug wires over top of the valve cover, and not only is it an eyesore, it's a pain in the ass trying to route them through. To where if it was the other style header, just an actual long tube, I could just go underneath and it look so much nicer and cleaner. And I wouldn't have to zip tie shit together like that. Every weekend. Yeah, I've only heard about it once, but I don't get over there on that side of the state too much. Mainly going over there just to visit my grandparents because I got family on the other side of the state. Can't get that one popped in. There we go. Okay. Oh, make sure that one's number 8. Yeah, because it's 1 8. That should be 4. Pull them off make sure these are off the header, man, because it smokes them so damn easy. And the other thing I hate is my starter on my solenoid. For the starter, I got to run down my dipstick too because I can't route it anywhere because it hits the motor and it hits the tranny. So I have to run it down the side of the valve cover and then somehow manage to keep it on the starter. But it seems like it falls off like every other week. I'll get all my stuff together and then truck won't start. Okay, so make sure everything is off the engine. Okay, those are tight. That's tight. Nothing's heavy. Okay, now I just gotta grab my battery out of the blue truck. All right, we're gonna fire this up. So watch your speakers, and if I turn on my radiator fans, you guys aren't gonna hear anything. So you're warned. I also got to wheel it over a little bit to make sure the oil pumps up first, since it's been sitting for a week before I just wrap on it. Yeah, oil pressure. I like to make sure that there's oil in there before I just fire it, and get on it because it takes a minute because it's bled down. Well, all right. I think everything turned out pretty good. Anybody got any questions? Yeah, me too. I was really hoping that all that work I did wasn't going to work for the live stream, and then when they did the I can't think of the term, but the after hours little get together after Ice Spider's grad trivia, I did that thing you told me to do, and it worked perfect. So thanks for the info on muting that. Because that was a real party pooper for me. I was like, oh, yeah, we finally got it. And then it's like, yeah, we finally got it. And then you get shit on. So, but what project you got going today? Matter of fact, if you guys don't mind, since I'm pretty new, how do you set up the link to like join in? What software are you using to edit? Because I tried downloading a couple things on my PC because I'm using my GoPro and it kind of sucks. But I've been trying to do a little bit more, but the only thing I get is YouTube Studio and it takes forever. I think I'm on just the regular YouTube, so maybe I'll have to download that or look into it more. I tried iMovie, but I struggle with it being on my phone because it's a really small screen. So I was trying to get something for like my PC so I could do more on my PC so I could just download all my videos there instead of saving to my phone all the time. I got you. So, all right. So I'll check into the can't think what you call it. I just read it. My mind's going blank. These are things I struggle with. The StreamYard. I'll check into that. And then the DaVinci Resolve, I think that's the one I downloaded. But the problem I have is when I try to load anything off my GoPro, what happens is it faults out. Like it takes too long, and then I got to exit the program. But I only did the free version. Or actually, no, I think it was a Filmora. My bad. There's a Filmora Pro, and then there's like a free one. I mean, the phone's nice for like the stuff I do because I just take, like 10 or 20 videos with my GoPro. And then I got the Quick app, but I'm limited. So like I can't, like the other day when I put my paddle tires on, I wanted to watch that slow motion and I wanted to save it because I was trying to see what the truck did. But I could put slow motion on the app, but I had to pay for it in order to download it from the GoPro app. Yeah, I went straight off the GoPro. I took I tried taking the SD card out and then doing it that way. And I also tried hooking up just via cord, and they both did the same thing. And that's That's why I like my GoPro, because when I got my iPhone, it works so much better. Like I used to have just the Android phone, and it'd take forever to load, and now it's quick. I mean, boom, I can download it, and pretty much all the videos you guys see, that's the long form videos, those are all from the GoPro app. And then all the shorts I just take with my iPhone. Yeah, see, and that's what I run into problems too, because on my PC, um, it's just my laptop. This I don't know $500 laptop. It when I try to save them into certain files, it won't let me do it, and that's where I run into problems with everything. To where on my phone, I can download it to my phone, and then I've tried taking it from my phone to my PC, and I still run into kind of the same issues. But it's just something I gotta work on over time. Hot in here. Can I grab a drink? Okay, I'll check that one out and see if that's any better. Because still, I'm real new at editing, so to even attempt to do anything is gonna blow my mind. That's kind of what I struggle on, but that only took like 50 minutes to change it here. I thought it was gonna take 2 hours. Yeah, I'm hot, Tater. I wasn't as hot as you were today, but it's only 80 degrees in here, but it doesn't help with the insulation that I put in because it's reflecting all the heat right back on me. Luckily, I only got one light up there, so it doesn't heat up too much. And I don't like to keep my door open because the neighborhood I'm in is kind of, I don't like a lot of people knowing what's going on, so I don't like to keep the door open too much. I think if I had like an actual like desktop PC, I think it would help out quite a bit too. Because I bought this laptop because the one I had before was really old. Like, I don't know, I think it was like 13 years old, and it just got to the point where it's so slow. And I bought this laptop too because I had bought that CNC wood engraver and laser, and I couldn't get the programs to work. And this one so far it's pretty quick. It's just limited on what you can do. Like yesterday, I tried to find I tried pasting a picture to Word, and I found out you got to pay for Word now, and that pissed me off. And like the can't pronounce it, the tutorials. I watched a lot of stuff on it, but you get one guy, he goes through it and he's pretty good. But then I try to get into it, and it's a little bit different because the videos that the guy posted are a couple years earlier. And now everything is updated. So that's kind of where I run into problems trying to learn a lot of it. But I'm not computer illiterate, but I struggle a little bit on it, especially with the editing part of it, just because it's not something I do every day. But we got that done, so it yeah, that's what I try to do too. And then every time I watch something, it's like, oh, this is the greatest editor you can have. And then the next video, it's a different software, and it's like, oh, this is the best editor you can have. And then there was one, it's like, oh, if you pay a one-time purchase fee for it, and you unlock a lot of stuff. I looked it up; it was like $2,500. I was like, no, thanks. But I think this was a pretty good live. Feel free to leave comments on what you guys think I should do a little better. But it was nice because sometimes I struggle with doing lives or talking to new people. So appreciate the guys that stuck around and watched it. But I'll definitely check out the StreamYard and get that set up, because it'd be nice to be able to bring people on, whether I get monetized or not. It'd be, it's just nice being you're on one screen, especially like 6%. He lives on the other side of the state. He's always jumping on everybody's stuff. It's pretty cool. So. All right. I'm definitely going to check that out when I get off here and see what we can do. Because I'm not looking to do a lot of fancy stuff. It'd be nice to edit and to, make stuff look a little better. I don't like the transitions where I do a video and it stops and then it's like, oh, here's something else. It'd be nice to just kind of transition into that and start making stuff look like you're working on it. Like, I got 600 and some videos I've uploaded, and looking back on them right now, it's like it just doesn't look nice for being a part of YouTube for this long. You should show that you're upgrading a little bit, spending a little more time. So, but yeah, it is fun to live stream hop. So it especially when it's like the same group of people, but you're when you go to somebody else's channel, it's like a different atmosphere, because then they have a little bit different followers that comment. So even though I may not always jump into you guys, it's a nice comment and watching you guys. So, but like I said, feel free to comment and let me know what I should be doing different, or some of you guys that's a little bit experienced, has been doing this. I know 6%, he's been doing quite a bit. I know I Spider, he's done a little bit, and I have a hard time talking with people, and they're just kind of outgoing. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'm gonna cut this stream short, and we're gonna go see if we can have some fun. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Catch you guys later. See you guys.